I want to move on to something that I think is significantly more serious. It's the unnecessary roughness rules. Now, John, you know this because we've been friends a long time. I just don't know. I'm friends with a lot of guys who play in the league, who work in the league, and my friendships with them supersedes everything. Player safety to me is huge. But I also know these guys willingly step on the field for a violent football game. And the unnecessary roughness rule to me, while its intention is good, there's always the law of unintended consequences where we're seeing great hits be applied, where maybe a linebacker's coming in to make a hit, and at the last second, the quarterback ducks, and there's helmet to helmet, and that's not on the linebacker. And again, I understand for so long the NFL ignored it, the pendulum went way the other way. But I don't even know how many times I tweet every year. That was the right call by the ref, but it was the wrong call. It's a violent game. And they've got to look at it. They're going to look at it. But to me, this is fundamentally changing the game. If we take away the violent impact, the tackling, the physicality of football, that is the only thing I think that destroys football. In fact, I've said this before. The only thing that can destroy the NFL is the NFL. And I feel that way about our country. I think the only thing that can destroy America is America. And I feel that way about football. And I think it's got to be revisited. I'm not out here saying I don't want. I mean, I've got friends who played in the NFL that no longer play, that can hardly walk. I know it's a violent game. I want to make it as safe as we can, but it also still needs to be as fair as we can because they're going to turn it in a direction. They're going to kill football. Your thoughts?
Well, we're opening up a fun box here. What the league has to do is try to get eliminated the very clearly egregious, over the top, out of bounds, way extreme, unnecessary roughness. Figure out a way to target and identify those. They need to include an off-field official to do so because a lot of times those things happen way far away from the play. The second thing, and one of the most important things when they're reviewing these kind of plays, really killer important, is to review them at real time. Right. Reviewing in slow motion is really good for a lot of things. It is not good for trying to judge intent, for targeting, for unnecessary roughness. It's not been clear in the past. It needs to get clear at the NFL level and the college level. You guys need to be reviewing those at real time. When you're reviewing at real time, you can make a much better judgment as an official whether somebody was launching, targeting, et cetera, or if it was just an unfortunate timing situation where the guy with the ball moved one way while the defender was going another way. Mm-hmm. The other thing I'm curious about is a graduated penalty scale, if you will. Let's just take targeting, for example. I think we'd agree that at the college level, there's no question there should be a graduated scale of even a 5-yard targeting warning, a 10-yard targeting, a 15-yard, and then, an ejection. Now, at the NFL level, maybe we don't need anything but the 15-yard targeting penalty. But I wonder if there should be even consider a graduation in there where the first one, or a less egregious, more incidental, might be more of a 5 or 10-yard penalty before it goes to 15. But the bottom line is you got to review those things in real time when you're doing a replay. I believe without question, the NFL needs to just go ahead and stick in an off-field official to take care of some of this and have the ability to identify things that happen far away from the play. If they can do a better job at taking out the very clearly over-the-top unnecessary roughness and maybe set things up a little bit different with better resources to distinguish between football play, bad timing, bad luck, and something that really is a foul, the product's only going to get better, and we're going to keep plenty of the excitement that is the collision, contact, and explosive energy sport of NFL football. Can't mess with that.
Now, I want to address this because I think the off-field officials, another topic we'll get to when we're done, but I want to address this. I have a a guy who you know well, who plays in the NFL last year, who got a targeting penalty. And when I was talking to him on Monday, not a Raider, another team, when I was talking to him on Monday, he said to me, I'm 300 pounds and I'm coming up on a quarterback. I have my helmet aimed at his side, and then he sidesteps another rusher, and I go right into his back. He said, I'm not a dirty player. Everyone knows I'm not a dirty player. He goes, but there's got to be some way. If football's a moving sport, and he goes, a 15-yard penalty is so big. And quite frankly, I think it cost his team a game, and it wasn't a target. Again, I want player safety. I'm all for player safety. But as multiple NFL players have told me, every time we step on the field, we know what we're risking. It also, in the pursuit of safety, you can't sacrifice the heart of what the game is. To me personally, that's my thought.